Hello, my name is Sammy and I have a tail tutorial for you. So this footage is like almost 2 years old. That's 2 years old. Sorry about that. I was going to post it earlier, but things came up and here we are. But hey, this is a whole 2 videos this year. Brilliant! Without further ado, here is how to make a tail. So you are going to need some fur of your choice, some stuffing, a tape measure, some pins, thread, and scissors. First, grab your tape measure and get a general idea on how long you want your tail to be. Next, grab your fur and figure out which way you want the grain to go. I did mine against the grain so that way I could brush it the opposite way later on. Grab your tape measure and measure how long your fabric is. This will depend on how long you can make your tail. Grabbing your tape measure once again, you're going to figure out how wide you want to make your tail. The easiest way to do this is to make a loop with your tape measure and eyeball it, making it smaller or larger depending on how big you want your tail to be. The next step is to fold the tape measure in half and then put it against your fabric, making a fold in the fabric the same length as that half. Then grab your pins and pin it all down. Don't forget to measure to make sure that your tail is the same width all the way down. Then grabbing your scissors, you can start cutting. Now the best way to do this isn't to do this with scissors, but to instead do it with a Stanley knife on the rough side of the fabric, as it creates less mess. Next, using your thread that matches the colour of the fur, make a line down the tail. You can either hand stitch or use a sewing machine so long as you leave about 3 to 4 centimeters left of fabric unsewn. Grabbing your scissors once again, you're going to make a cut directly above the stitching, and you're also going to make one parallel to those, so you create kind of like an X shape. Then grabbing your scissors once more, you're going to curve all of the squares you've just made, so it looks something like this. You're going to do this to all 4 sides so they all line up, and then you're going to pin them together. Once you've done that, head back to your sewing machine and sew it all like so, making sure it's firm across all the sides, and then turn it inside out. This could be the hardest part of this whole tutorial. Grabbing your stuffing, you're then going to stuff the tail. This could be a little bit hard as well, but once you get the hang of it, you're fine. I used a ruler just because I couldn't get to the ends of it. It also takes a little bit of playing around to make sure it looks okay, but once you're done, it looks something like this. I also brushed mine because I did mine against the grain, so that way it'd look a little bit more matted and a little bit less neat. But I think it turned out even better this way. You're done! Whoa! That is a tail. Well, this is a tail. Disclaimer, this is not the only way to make a tail. You can make tails other ways, I'm sure. This is just how I did it, this is how I preferred it. So yeah, this tutorial could probably also work for things like dragon tails or dog tails or lizard tails. So yeah, use your imagination. As for attaching, that's also up to you. It is by any stretch of the imagination. If you want to use elastic, you can use elastic. If you want to sew it on like I did with mine, that works too. You can use Velcro, you can use press studs. It's up to you guys. I hope this was a useful tutorial. It's pretty darn easy. Just a note, if you're gonna put it on a skirt, like I did with this skirt, see how there's nothing in this, but there is further down. This will make it so you don't have a random bump on your butt. So bye!